All right, ready, set, go. And switch over to Cap Rage here. Yeah, so if there's any audio balance issues, just let me know. Hopefully there's some music in the background as well as the game sound from Cap Rage. So, as people are saying in the chat, both of these AIs are made by Rorik. SilverTongue is the oldest AI. You can kind of see the name Brutus there, which is the name that SilverTongue always uses in-game. But let me change the name of the scoreboard here. So if I remember right from the previous round, Gladiator plays with Karambit Warriors, but I might be remembering from Arena instead. Well, SilverTongue always seems to go, or at least traditionally has gone for an Archer Rush, but I think SilverTongue can also go for Night Rushes, especially from the pocket position. I can't remember if the Magyars will do that on Arabia or not. We'll see. Yeah, I think SilverTongue is probably Rorik's most well-rounded AI and trying to do a bit more of like a standard strategy. And Gladiator and Vagabond, Rorik's other two AIs in the tournament, have a more unique strategies, probably a bit more fun and unique. And perhaps because they're kind of focusing on one strategy, they can sometimes be even stronger than SilverTongue. Alright, so we got the boar coming in for SilverTongue. And because this is not the new patch, can't really do any of the clan with a TC. We'll kind of see how that feature goes in the next patch. And if any AI scripters decide to go for killing the boar with a TC. You never know, because the game might take that away in a future patch after the one it just released. But either way, we've got Gladiator gathering for forage bushes, even though it has a wood for the mill. I'm not sure why a mill isn't being built yet. Maybe we're saving up for the house, I'm not sure. So we'll see if there's a delay there on the if that causes delay with the mill. Maybe it's just a certain number of villagers it needs first. So we got the Gladiator did miss at least one cow, missed 2 cows, so maybe just Gladiator's not used to having all of the sheep and hunt and the boar being taken so quickly. Yep, glad to see everyone in the chat and having you all tune in today. Unfortunately, due to some audio issues, I didn't spend enough time figuring it out. Couldn't get a Discord like code casting today, but we'll hopefully get that set up in the future. Alright, so Gladiators finished up with the boar, sending all of the villagers to gather forage bushes with the mill that has been built finally. So it looks like Gladiator's TC hasn't been all that idle, but having a little more idle eco than SilverTongue. And there's second boar finally coming in. I'm gonna take a look and see if we can check out. Yeah, so it looks like Gladiator is actually spent a lot of time looking for SilverTongue. Maybe that exploring to go for the enemy was a bit too early and wasn't able to explore the town. If it's standard scouting, then I think the home exploration time SN is probably the thing that you kind of controls being able to explore around the town. But with the scouting pattern that Gladiator was using, that kind of strikes me as perhaps using some sort of DC and maybe the Yippee send scout command. Hey, Kiwo. Yeah, and probably with the pin post. But yeah, Toby, this is the first game of the round 2 today. The plan was to have a little bit of delayed stream so we could have some co-casting, but it didn't work out. We'll just roll with it. We'll still have some good games today, I think. We'll at least do 3 different sets, and if I have the energy, we'll go longer than that, but I think also starting an hour late, I think 5 sets might go a little bit later into the night than most people want, especially for those who are in Europe. So, we got the SilverTongue, got the barracks down, so feudal age is on the way. And Gladiator still hasn't clicked up to feudal, having almost 900 food, so it's probably just strictly looking at the villager counts. I think I'm a little bit surprised about how much food that the Gladiator is building up with just 28 villagers. Not a lot of idle TC time, so maybe there's less wood or less gold being collected. Alright, so feudals started for Gladiator. Meanwhile, SilverTongue is up to feudal age. We got archer, range, and stable. So it's still up in the air which strategy SilverTongue will go for. I'm sure that Rourke knows exactly what's going to happen, but the rest of us will have to wait and see. I see that Promi changed which pin post is pinned. Alright, so it looks like we are getting a scout's rush for SilverTongue. Meanwhile, Gladiator is up to feudal age. We got a market and a stable. Yep, that's right. Yeah, so in Arabia, Gladiator goes for battle elephants, which makes sense for Malay more than Karambit Warriors, but maybe we'll see those added in the future. Or maybe, I'm trying to remember if Gladiator plays Malay on Arena also. No, it's Cumans in Portuguese. But maybe we'll see Karambit Warriors added to the battle elephants later. So we got the scouts coming over from SilverTongue. You can see the flare on the map. They're going straight for the enemy TC. But we'll probably see them retreat away from the TC before they reach the destination. Alright. The SilverTongue going for a couple buildings first. If I remember right, SilverTongue might use like a simple patrol or attack move command. So, obviously, if the building's on the way, they'll attack that first. So this leaves Gladiator not affected by the attack yet, but that clock is ticking. And still no military units coming because Gladiator hasn't reached Castle Age yet. Neither has SilverTongue, of course. So he's got these 5 scouts, got the +1 attack from the Magyar's bonus, and then +1 armor. So the blacksmith that might go down first here. So we got wheelbarrow for Gladiator. And there's a second stable. We got battle elephants coming out of each stable, and those are probably going to... Yep, they get trained here before these buildings get knocked down. So these battle elephants will be able to kill off those scouts nice and easy. And the elephants are marching on their way. And yeah, battle elephants get a bit of a blast damage, which is what makes them so strong. Yeah, so not much left, so those battle elephants are on their way. Let's see if SilverTongue knows to add spears. Oh, SilverTongue is going up to Castle Age. Let's see if it can get a defense up in time. But looks like Gladiator is going for the lumber camp first. Yeah, so just looking at the LOS explored, Gladiator has seen most of SilverTongue's town. So, a whole bunch of villagers killed. Gladiator's going for the lumber camp. That's going to give SilverTongue a bit of time. But we're seeing SilverTongue still just go for scouts. Adding fletching. I'm not seeing any ranged units being trained yet. We might see some ranged units added. My guess is that the best response would be spearmen or monks. Monks aren't available at this point. So we got a whole bunch of elephants by the TC. One of them went down, but I don't think we're going to see these get destroyed anytime soon here. Alright, we got a spearman coming from SilverTongue. And then we've got some cavalry archers coming as well. If those cavalry archers can do some hit and run, that's going to help. But I can't remember if SilverTongue will do hit and run with them or not. But SilverTongue's below 20 villagers. The TC's under attack. Yeah, so those cavalry archers aren't doing a hit and run. So we're not going to see a whole lot of help from those cavalry archers. Yeah, no more spearmen on the way, so I think once this TC goes down, it's basically game over. Chasing down this one villager, but I think I'm gonna call it here. GG to Gladiator. And now for game 2. So taking a look at the civs, so we got SilverTongue playing as Britons or Teutons. And then Gladiator as not Belay, but Cumans or Portuguese. Unfortunately, I just noticed that the AI difficulty was on standard, so that would probably affect the gameplay of both of those AIs quite a bit. I think I'll leave it up to you, Warwick. Do you want to have that game be replayed? Because I don't think the AIs would have been functioning normally. I think each of them would have had a training delay. That probably explains why Gladiator had so much food in Dark Age. Alright, so I think I'll go ahead. Sorry for that, Rorik. I think what happened is that right now I ran the update to the game, but then we switched back to the previous patch, and I think that reset my game settings. And so we got the Civ set up for the arena match, and let's go. And I realized I wasn't showing the game on screen. What happened is that I realized that the game was running on standard difficulty, and it was also on the standard victory rather than conquest. All right, so here's the arena match between these two AIs. Yep, so we got some deer this time instead of chickens. Got a lumber camp going down for Gladiator. And same thing for SilverTongue. So I think we should see some more standard builds for these two AIs. Standard in terms of like playing how they would normally play. Because I think we'll still see unique strategies from Gladiator. So I think with Cumans, I can't remember exactly from the last match if Cumans were played or if it was Portuguese, but I think the Cumans will probably go for the 2 TC boom. So we'll see how it goes. Got the Gazelle running into the TC, not knowing it's about to be slaughtered. And it's dead. So we got little areas in the back like usual. So this chicken exploration looks like Gladiator's found all of its elephants and deer. And then for SilverTongue, looks like the same. So good news for both AIs. None of them have rough starts here. So SilverTongue's got the second elephant, and looks like Gladiator's waiting to bring them in, or maybe it won't bring them in altogether. Yeah, I think for the new patch, it just means that when a military unit or a building, anything that's not a villager, kills a wild animal, if that animal has food, it will still have that food when it's killed. So you don't the animal won't immediately turn into its corpse with 0 food. So if a militia or a TC kills an elephant, for example, it would still have 400 food when it's killed, no matter who kills it. Yeah, Kibo, this is not the new patch yet. This is the patch we've had for like the last month or two. Giving AI scripters a little bit more time to make sure their readies are for the new patch. Shouldn't take a whole lot to add. I think the biggest thing that AIs might run into is the new foxes. But other than that, there shouldn't be too many changes. I think other ones might just be making sure that the DC works with the new pathing. If there's any like bugs that might come up, because it seems like new patches always seem to have weird AI bugs that happen. And we don't really want to see those bugs happen in an AI tournament. Alright, so Gladiator is bringing in the second elephant here. And so in this game, it's Gladiator that's going up first to Feudal Age. And I think that makes sense since Gladiator's probably going for a fast Imperial, while SilverTongue is going for a fast Castle where you stay in the Dark Age longer. So Gladiator's got the barracks in the back, probably just due to the large town size. Yeah, and we've got an idle scout for the moment from Gladiator. And unfortunately I didn't see what these villagers were doing. It almost looks like, was it a lion? Yeah, it looks like they might have gone forward but ended up killing a lion. They're both carrying wood. So we got a spearman coming from Gladiator. While SilverTongue is on the way to Feudal Age. Alright, so interestingly we have an archery range from Gladiator. I don't know if it's supposed to be built this far. It almost looks like it's built forward. I was assuming that Gladiator was going for a fast Imperial, but maybe it's not. Also looks like we have a forward mill. But yeah, hopefully the AI engine will try to order a villager to build that archer range. If not, that'll really be a bummer. Out of curiosity, Rourke, do you know what method the archer range was built with? I think in maybe before user patch, or maybe even still, I think in sometimes if you like a villager was killed on the way to building a building, like it could be killed, but then the AI wouldn't finish building it. But I don't know if that bug still exists in the game. Okay. Yeah, if the assigned builders is still -1, I could see that messing with the building getting built. Alright, well that's really unfortunate. I see. Yeah, using DC to order the villagers to build it. Well, we've got SilverTongue adding cavalry armor and going up to Castle Age. So I'm curious to see if SilverTongue is adding knights. That might be the case here. So we got bloodlines research, no units getting trained. Okay, we do have a knight getting trained now. Monastery going up for SilverTongue. If you'd like me to, I can speed up the game to 4 times speed. We got a couple of houses from Gladiator. Then we got the second town center coming. Alright, well, looks like we got some knights on their way. Where they're just going to the TC. Yeah, not seeing a second building from Gladiator for a second Fuel Age building for being able to go up to Castle Age. This gate's, I just noticed this gate, that gate is kind of useless. But sometimes that can happen in arena games. This might not be stuck in Gladiator's town for a while. So it looks like the knights have stopped patrolling. I did notice that the target distance was saying 0 earlier, now it's saying 89, I think, was? Yeah. Alright, looks like we got the attack started. And because the archer range by Gladiator doesn't have any defense here. So those knights got in. Unfortunately, not seeing these knights attacking the wall. Might just be due to patrol. I don't think military on patrol would, like, by default, or attack move. They might not by default attack the walls. I think that's something I've noticed with the command. But this villager probably let them in. Oh. And the knight just killed off their one way in. Alright, let's see if these knights find their way in through the other gate that used to be useless. Oh, there we go. And Gladiator ended up over chopping the wall. And the knights are in. Alright, well I think this is GG. No reason to keep the game going any longer.